In this video, we're going to look at Alabama's offense versus Georgia in the SEC Championship game, which eventually led them getting to the playoffs. So it's going to be fun to see how it progresses. Obviously, going to be a big matchup against Michigan's defense. We're going to dive into a game that really saw Alabama out physical the Georgia team on both sides of the line of scrimmage. We can start the video off just looking at runs all the way through the game. Then we'll go to some passes, some defensive plays as well. And right here on this one, it shows you a little bit of misdirection here from Alabama. They're motioning their back here, and they run split zone. So basically running inside zone to the left with the fly motion. There's a lot of different things that Alabama has done throughout the year with that motion movement right there, and also that guy going to the flats. But rather, they're just running split zone to the left. So split zone, fullback's coming right here to kick 7. With that fly motion, even softens him up just a little bit. And if you're looking at just the numbers, they got 5 right here. They're going to block those 3 to those linebackers on that inside zone. So right there, even get a B-gap player here by this defensive end. Guard works up, and center works up to that second level. Linebacker, even with that motion, and the quarterback obviously being a threat here with his legs, slides that direction. So they're kind of gapped out. They're not reading their keys like they probably should on this one, because everything else is taken care of right here with the outside linebackers. Safety should roll down there as well to help out. But got up to the second level. You had the center and guard go all the way up to the linebacker. For whatever reason, this defensive end filled into the B gap, thinking maybe this safety had rolled down. But with that motion and that misdirection, they're able to bounce this to C gap, get vertical. Now here's a safety rolling in late. Should tackle him short of the sticks on a 1st and 10, but makes him miss. Gets an extra 4 or 5 yards right there. This is an awesome play right here, and it's a design quarterback run. Very similar to a play that Georgia ran around the same time where they ended up fumbling the ball. But right here, they're trying to fake counter. So if you look at counter, you're pulling a guard. You're going to pull this fullback. Back's going to go over there to it. Stopped it right here. You say, hey, they're about to run counter. He's going to lead in there. But instead, fullback, after 2 steps, puts the brakes on. Now he's working back out. As you're seeing, you got a tight end right here. He's blocking down. Wide receiver's blocking down here as well. Tackle's even blocking down. And you even get another guy out there to it. So the center, he acts like he's blocking back, and then he arcs around out there to lead. And it's just a quarterback pull. Now you've got 2 guys. You've got a center, and you got a fullback leading out. Everybody else is hoping to pin the edge. So again, turns into basically a buck sweep with misdirection. And quarterback might be your best runner on the field. Georgia does a great job stretching this out, but I thought that was a really interesting call. Misdirection, making it look like counter instead of having to reverse it to anybody. You got a quarterback with that much athleticism, that much speed, able to get that out there on the edge. Georgia's defense did a great job playing with leverage, keeping outside, letting your guy run inside out to it. And right there, just playing fast, pursuing the football, creating a negative play right there on the goal line with that misdirection from Alabama. There's a really big play trying to run the clock out. You got faking like you're going to fly sweep right here, and all you're running is power. And this is a quarterback design run. Really no read on this. You see these guys are down blocking, working up there. He's blocking out, just like you would right there in the D gap. And he's pulling for the front side linebacker. It's faking there, and you see what this motion does. Bond going wide here, how soft this linebacker is playing. Typically, if you just saw that down block and fullback blocking out, you're filling that gap, and he's filling over the top there. With that motion there, it softens this up, even softens him up. And now you're going downhill. By the time they figure out what's going on, this tight end's up to the backside, and that guard is making contact a couple yards deep. No momentum to rip through that from the linebacker. And now Jalen Milroe up on the safety, which right here, moment's too big. He trips, he falls, doesn't even touch him. Great job getting a first down. You can see how athletic he is. Outrunning some really good players here. Then we start looking at some of the passing concepts. And right here, they're in an empty quad set and basically running a bit of a levels look. Quarterback catches it. His eyes go over here, seeing what's happening with the safety, where he's getting off the hash. You got a corner, maybe an option route there to the middle of the field. You got a tight end working across. He's going to that intermediate window. Vertical right here, and then you've got some sort of an inside cut here where they're just working windows on this. And the thing that really sticks out here is if you're looking at Georgia's defense, they got 3 guys rushing, and then they've got 2 guys just kind of sitting here at the line of scrimmage spying. So right there, there's 5 guys with really no pressure and tons of time right here for Milroe. He's got all day. You got the tight end sitting right here, which could have been your throw. This is on a 2nd and 10, so you don't have to force this thing down the field. With 5 guys having to stay right there with their eyes on Milroe to keep him from taking off running, it opens up a lot of throwing lanes right here. Great patience. Pushes the thing down the field for about 18, 20 yards on that intermediate and in route. This is a good catchable ball here. Tons of room right there to throw it to him. Puts it right on his face mask. Good throwing catch there to 2nd level. Here's a really good look of a mesh from this condensed set. I believe that fullback's trying to go vertical right there. Sit. Working across. You're going to work across there. There's your mesh. And this is some corner or a post, something like that over the top. You got your wheel here from the back. And that's your very first look there is to the wheel. So quarterback catches it. Kind of a weird snap. He catches it. He sees everybody's chasing those crossers. His linebacker's manned up on him. He's going to have to get through all this trash. Making contact with that receiver, fullback. So wide open right there. Gives it to him. Now it's a race to the end zone. Safety trying to roll over the top. man-to-man linebacker. They got caught up in the trash, no chance. Great job giving an easy catchable ball right there, let your guy run. And he's able to finish in the end zone right there for a big play. And I know a lot of people would probably say this is a pass interference, but I'd say this guy's getting hands-on and being so physical that there's really nothing that this guy can do. And then it almost looks like he's creating contact as well because he's extending his hips. It's not like he's just sitting there and getting hit. He's extending hips. He's bringing force to that contact. So right there, those guys are absolutely mollywhopping this tight end fullback. Or they leave the running back wide open for a big play. Touchdown for Alabama. This is a pretty controversial play in this one, but we'll just look at the scheme and what Alabama's seeing. You're getting a bit of motion here, and all they're running is the old three-receiver smash. You got an in right here. You got a corner by 17, and he goes out, and then he breaks back in. So really you're looking first where you could possibly be hot, 2, 3 to the corner, and they even had a dig to the backside. But right here on this one, you see ball snapped. Eyes go right here. He's looking 1. Doesn't like it. He thinks there's a linebacker there. Now you're looking at 6, who motioned over. Pretty flat corner here. He sticks it, he goes to the end. Pretty good break there by the corner. Could possibly stick it on his body right there for the first down, but he lets it work. He sees 17 right here who had won off the line of scrimmage. Tons of space right here just to throw him open. Laid out there, let your guy go make a play. And maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But they called it a catch, never reviewed it. And that was a really big play right there. Great job just laying it out there, let your guy adjust. And right there, he threw it so early. Whenever he's able to find the football, this DB had no chance to adjust with him. Great job attacking the football, getting your hands underneath it. This play right here, you can see it's just a 4-1 box. You see you got a guy spying here on Milroe. Some sort of a smash here, even the back check releasing here to the swing. So you got a lot of bodies this direction. You got to climb. Then you got a late square in by Burton. And as you see Milroe's eyes start right here. Doesn't like it. They got a lot of bodies over there, covered it down. So he's finding that square in. Has all the time in the world. Unreal throw and catch right here. Great job staying with it. Doesn't catch it just clean, but keeps fighting for it. Big play right there. You know he's psyched to make that play against his old team in a huge game. Right here, just looking at this route. Obviously, if you're trying to break that in, you'd like to win to the inside. But on this one, he's got such hard inside leverage. He squares him up, gets to his outside, gives him a hard stick, making him think he's going to the outer of the corner. Now he has to beat him with speed to the middle of the field. And Milroe just gives him an opportunity there in the back of the end zone. Great strong play through a little contact. Here's a play here that starts with a bunch into the boundary, motioning Burton right here. He's running a vertical here to the outside. You got a tight end here as well. You're going to get this back out. And what they end up finding is 17 working all the way across the field on an under. He's getting pretty good collision. Obviously, you got a guy stepping up to spy Milroe like they did all night. He even gets a hand on this crosser, makes him get even behind the line of scrimmage. And a really good job here by Milroe, just being patient, give your guy an opportunity there in space, even though he's catching the ball 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. But we'll see why he's wide open on this. So you got these verticals taking the safety, take this corner. They're probably running some sort of a post, digging across maybe, and the back gets out. The only guy left in the flats is this defender right here, and he's running with. Whenever this back doesn't get on this flat route, he's probably going to turn up the sideline, trying to make it into an out and up. And right there, working across, he's taking his space that had just chased the back. Now everything is vacated in that area. Even though he catches the ball behind the line of scrimmage at the 13-yard line, you're able to get up close to the end zone because they're right down to the 1-yard line. So great play, great progression. I'd say this is probably second, maybe third progression on this. Really, you'd probably be looking for that back on that out and up, and then you're checking it down. You can see kind of the change in Milroe through the season, how he's progressed with what he's doing, and how he has patience right there and is just able to distribute the football to his guys and let them make a play for him like he does right here. Now we're going to look at a couple key defensive plays here from Alabama and how they're able to defend on some of the short yardage situations right here. This is a 3rd and 2. You got a bunch over here into the boundary, and they're just running their old truck play. You got 2 guys pulling out there. You got a tackle. You got the tight end. Everybody else is basically down blocking. O-line is scooping right here. So as you're looking at the formation, being a bunch, you want to try to match the formation. They walk down, turn into a forefront. Here's the point of the bunch. There's the outside of the bunch. There's the guy just inside of it. Now you're matching what these guys are doing. You want to set the edge right here when he's going out. Now this guy over top of him has got to fire into that alley. And that's what ends up happening right here. The way they were able to take 2 for 1 on this is this wide receiver tries to block down this defensive end, and he gets absolutely thrown. And now this tackle, instead of being able to get up to this safety here, he has to take this defensive end. So now there's a guy that took 2 blockers just because he's playing physical right there, getting off of a receiver. And then this safety feeling inside out is playing fast. Makes him turn back to all these guys that are running to it. So a great job right there. Playing fast, playing hard. Then the pursuit runs him down. No chance, even a negative play right there. Playing physical, playing fast there for Alabama. Georgia's trying to overload this right side over here and toss the ball to the back, let them go, especially into the boundary, and just basically running outside zone to the right, let them try to get the edge. want to block down. And right here, this receiver ends up passing up the guy. I would say he probably needs to pin that, let this safety be the extra guy right here, coming from a little bit deeper, but he ends up passing him up, going to the safety, to the guy that makes this play, is this corner. So corner does a great job. He's looking through that receiver into the backfield. He sees that tossed. He's crack replacing it. He's seeing that this guy's coming out trying to kick, play fast, try to turn this back. His job is obviously to turn this back into all the rest of the help. You can't get out leverage and let them get to the outside. So right here does a great job of playing fast, but still keeping his leverage to the outside. Probably want to try to stay up if you can, but right there, the aggressiveness, he's able to make him stop and stutter just a little bit. Anytime you make them stutter with the speed that Alabama has on defense, that's going to be great. So right there, keeps his leverage for the most part, at least makes him stutter and continues to fight, gets him on the ground. And there's that corner of safety that had been playing over the top that they didn't get to. And right there, 4 guys at the football, 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. And Georgia kept trying to go wide on those runs. Didn't have much success. Let us know in the comments how you think this match is going to play out against Michigan. You know it's going to be really physical on both sides of the football. It's interesting to see how Jalen Milroe and Tommy Reese go after the Michigan defense, which has been extremely physical all year. If you guys got any value out of this video, please like and subscribe. And let us know what other things you guys would like to see. But we'll see you guys again in the next video.